I have chosen my bride. She is the chosen one.
My son, I think maybe I did not hear you well. You said you have chosen what?
Chosen this woman by my side as my wife to be.
In a kingdom where beauty, tradition, and power ruled the land, and where a king was expected to choose a bride, but nothing would go as the kingdom imagined.
I will be chosen by the king, and I will be his bride and the young queen of this kingdom. I will be chosen by the king, and I will be his bride. I will be young queen of this kingdom.
The king chose a mad woman as his wife instead of the 31 beautiful maidens of the villages.
Please marry me, be my bride.
Not just a mad woman, mind you, but a real one, who behaved so meaningless that the villagers could hardly comprehend it. His mother, the queen, was shocked. His people, the villagers, stood in shock and disagreement. Yet the king had made up his mind. Why did he choose her? The villagers whispered among themselves. Only the king knows, and only the brave dare to discover the truth.
The king chooses a mad woman as a wife instead of the 31 beautiful maidens of the village.
It all began on that fateful day when 31 beautiful maidens from the surrounding villages gathered at the palace, each hoping that the king would choose her as his bride. Everyone was present, ready for the grand ceremony. But here was the shocking thing: the king was nowhere to be found. "Where is your son?" the elders asked the queen, as moments turned to minutes. "He is supposed to choose a wife."
Where is your son? He is supposed to choose a wife.
He's coming.
The maidens grew impatient, hungering to know who would become the king's bride. And then, suddenly, the king appeared, not from his room, but from outside the crowd, holding a woman by her hand, a mad woman. At first, his mother could not understand why her son held the mad woman. "My son, where have you been?" she asked, her voice trembling.
My son, where have you been?
Everyone was waiting for you to choose a wife. Look at these innocent maids, they have been
I
waiting.
have chosen my wife.
My son, I think maybe I did not hear you well. You said you have chosen what?
Chosen this woman by my side as my wife to be.
The crowd shouted in shock. The elders stood immediately, horrified. "Abomination," they cried.
Abomination!
The king's mother spoke again, disbelief etched upon her face. "My son, I think maybe I did not hear you well."
Abomination! How can the king marry a mad woman? It defies our tradition. It will bring ruin.
She is mad. She is not even okay.
But if you looked closely at him, you would see that the king was not happy with his choice. He had no joy in it, for he did not have a choice.
That will never happen in my kingdom. She is mad. She is not even okay. Look at the way she's behaving.
This is my kingdom, Mom. My command works, not yours. I am going to be marrying this woman in 6 days.
This is not how it's done. How can you marry this mad woman?
The 31 maidens who had lined up in hope walked away in shame. Imagine getting rejected for a mad woman. That night, the young king stayed in his chamber and cried. He had never wanted to marry a mad woman, but he had no choice. For when he was young, his father had told him something that no one else knew. And no matter what his mother said, he had already made up his mind. The villagers, his people, could not speak. They could only remain in shock. As everyone left and returned to their homes, each family whispered, gossiping about the king. "What is wrong with our king?"
Imagine getting rejected for a mad woman.
What is happening? What is wrong with our king? I thought the king would choose my beautiful daughter.
Cried a market woman. "I thought the king would choose my beautiful daughter," another said, "but the queen, she would not let this go, never."
The king chooses a mad woman as a wife, not just a mad woman, but a real one that behaves so meaningless.
I thought the king would choose my beautiful daughter. But the old queen, she was not going to let that slide, never. She will find a way to stop this madness. Never! I will find a way to stop this madness. Guards, attend me now. Go there now. If you find her, finish her up.
But my queen, that means she will lose her life.
Are you challenging my instructions? Will you get out? Go find her and finish her up.
The queen's voice thundered, more serious this time. The 4 guards obeyed and went in search of the mad woman. After searching for a long time, they found her. But she was not alone. She was guarded by other palace guards. The guards sent by the queen were shocked. What are you all doing here with her?
What are you all doing with her? Are you not supposed to be in the palace? And what are you all doing in the bush too? You are supposed to be in the palace too. We are here to take the mad lady and finish her up as instructed by the queen. But she's innocent, we can't! You can't do that. Her son, the king, instructed us to watch over her and make sure nobody...
Let me go!
But the ones protecting her would not allow them to reach her. And so they returned to the queen to report. And she was burning in anger.
How dare you return empty-handed? Soit seduction.
The news spread quickly through the villages. The king was protecting the mad woman even until the day of the marriage.
What is wrong with our king? What is happening?
What is happening?
No matter what his mother said, he has already made up his mind. The king chooses a mad woman as a wife. Not just a mad woman, but a real one that behaves so meaningless.
But still, the question remained, why did the young king choose a mad woman as his wife? The truth? Only the king knows exactly why. And trust me, if you were the king, you might have done the same. Well, we will find out.
Never! I will find a way to stop this madness!
So since the king decided that he was going to marry the mad woman and not the 31 beautiful maidens from the village, everyone was worried, including his mother. But you won't believe that the young king also sent his own palace guards to protect the mad woman, and he was going to marry her in just 4 days. Sometimes the king would go there and spend time with the mad woman, just like 2 young people in love would do, leaving the villagers confused. The queen mother, his mother, was not ready to give up on her son or accept that disgrace.
I am not giving up on my son or accept that disgrace or shame. I have to put an end to this. The prince will not marry a mad woman not under my watch.
So she came up with another plan. The queen brought one of the most beautiful maidens with exaggerated curves and hips to the palace. Her name was Ella. The queen instructed Ella to make the king fall in love with her. You will marry my son if you succeed.
Dress attractively, always try to clean his room, talk to him, just make him love you. I promise you will marry my son if you succeed.
The queen mother said, but here is the shocking thing, Ella died even before she started the plan. She slept and never woke up. By morning, the palace guards found her body. It was shocking.
This is not ordinary.
For the king, he continued to visit the mad woman, who would soon be his wife. It was just 1 day left before the king would finally marry the mad woman. That night, the young king thought about how he was going to settle down with a mad woman. He cried. All this was not just his choice or fault.
My son, I want to tell you a secret that's burdening me and nobody should know or hear about it. Okay, father. You could never marry a normal maiden or else they would all die.
Why, my king?
Time will tell. My late father once told me I could never marry a normal maiden or else they would all die, but he never told me why before his death.
The queen mother came into the room and saw her son deep in thought. She pleaded with him to tell her what was happening. And so the king finally spoke up, telling her what his late father, the king, had told him before he died.
My son, tell me what is happening.
My late father once told me I could never marry a normal maiden or else they would all die, but he never told me why before his death.
The next morning, the queen quickly summoned all the native doctors in the village to try to find out why the late king had said the young king could only marry a mad woman.
Summon all the native doctors from the 5 villages. Let us find out why the late king said that the young king, his son, can only marry a mad woman.
Yes, my queen. You could never marry a normal maiden or else they would all die.
Why, my king?
Time will tell.
The queen quickly summoned all the native doctors in the village to try to find out why the late king had said the young king could only marry a mad woman. They all tried, But all they could find was the consequence of not obeying the warning. They could not find the real reason. So the queen invited powerful native doctors from neighboring villages, and finally, one discovered the real cause.
Great ancestors, hear our voices, guide us through the darkness.
Almighty ancestors, we invoke your presence. I'll guide you, grasses. The late king had a twin brother, but his twin brother was the one to be crowned king. The late king was greedy. An incantation. So he made his own brother mad and was later crowned king, since a mad prince cannot become king.
The mad prince later died, but always appeared in his dreams,
Telling him that for what he had done, his son will suffer the consequences. Your son will suffer the consequences and must marry a mad woman, or else any other woman will always die.
Even the young king was paying for a crime he knew nothing about.
The villagers were all shocked when they heard the story. Even the young king was paying for a crime he knew nothing about. So the queen declared the next day a day when everyone would stay at home.
Tomorrow everyone should stay at home, prepare a lot of food, make burnt sacrifices to the twin brother of the late king, mourn him and plead for forgiveness.
Yes, Your Majesty.
After that great mourning and sacrifices, the king chose a new wife, a beautiful maiden, but this time, she did not die.
I have chosen my bride. I have chosen my bride.
That meant the twin brother of the late king had forgiven them. The young king married the woman happily.
My people, the spirits have spoken. Lead us, great one. The ancestors bless this union.
With this ring I thee wed.
With this ring I thee wed.
From that day on, most people realized that nothing is hidden under the sun. One day, just one day, it must be exposed. Please family appreciate this story by liking, dropping a comment, and telling me where you're watching from.
Thanks for watching and don't forget to subscribe.